Santa Ana River. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? It's the kind of place that Arnold Schwarzenegger would like to drive a semi-truck through. So this is basically what it's reduced to now. Let me see here. We're gonna just double check. It looks like, in fact, we do still have a water flow, but this area was designed so that it could take a lot of water. So where did that water all go to? Well, you know it, out to the ocean. I think it's concrete under this sand, but it's so deep that I can't really step into it. There's Whitney. Whitney walks and her feet sink down into the sand, and I don't want to get wet. So let me see if I can get an idea though for you. See, if I go down, there she is. She's walking. Oh, I guess maybe I could get across. It's kind of tricky though, just to get across this little tiny canal. Let's take a look and see. Maybe if I'm lucky, I can get down into it over here. But look, see how Whitney's in the sand? I might be able to get across. Let's just see what happens here. But I did notice that it's kind of, oh, I guess I can. Okay, so I'm gonna get across this, and I see a bicycle has been through here. And we're gonna look at it this way too. They painted over the graffiti, and as if it made any difference. And then there's homeless people living on the shelter. There's a road coming down over there. Really not much to like here. I don't know what this is. This is something like a storm drain or something. Maybe there's a sewer main that's underneath all of this. That's quite possible, isn't it? Now the bike trail is up there, and notice a curious phenomena. We're kind of in an urban area here, but you know, it looks like the Santa Ana River levees are not built to the standards of the urban levee design criteria. How was it? When I was in the area I was walking before, it had kind of the prototypical sort of graduated levee that actually was kind of hard to get in and out of. The hill was kind of steep. But now, as we get closer to the ocean, the waterway is turned into a vertical wall on each side. Some wildlife here. Whitney's gonna go down and check them out. But there's two ducks. At one time, this was an estuary full of wildlife. This was not just this concrete like this. This is all wetland area, and those ducks had a place actually to live. Now there's very few birds left, of course, and we're in a situation where it's been fully concreted in. And although it's dry, relatively dry now, during the winter time, this place has obviously got a huge water capacity. LA should be asking, why is your water company, why is the LA Metro not gathering this water together and selling it to some farmer in Bakersfield? This video, look at those levee walls. Do those walls fit the urban design criteria? I don't think so. They're vertical concrete walls. They've obviously been reinforced. Okay, this is like a breaking story. Whitney and I are at the level where this man right here I talked to, he doesn't speak English, but he told me, I speak some Spanish, and he told me that right where I'm standing is about how high the water came 3 weeks ago. 3 semanas solamente? 3 weeks ago, this was a raging water coming through here, going out to all the way out to the ocean.
3 semanas estaba yendo así. Cuando cayó el agua mucho así.
Yeah.
Primero así una semana.
Yeah.
3 semanas así, 3 semanas así.
Right. So it kept coming up and up and up, but it never got higher than this.
No, allá no más.
Okay. Now, how far is it to the ocean down there? You don't know? You haven't walked all the way out?
No, sí, para el mar.
It's cuantos milas? No?
No.
No say. Okay, so now, how about, ¿Por qué ellos viven aquí?
No tienen dónde vivir.
Right.
No tienen dónde vivir.
Yeah, they have no, they don't have a place to live.
Cuando cae el agua, se van.
Yeah, okay, so, ¿a dónde ellos,
¿Se van?
yeah, se van.
No sé.
Okay. So they're only here
Diferentes
during the
lugares.
good weather and then they leave when it starts to rain because it can be very dangerous. Muy peligroso.
Ya muy peligroso.
Okay, especially with these walls the way they are. This is very, very steep, and it's not. I can get up and down, but if it was wet, it could be very difficult.
Yeah.
If it's como se dice, it's seco ahora,
Seco.
pero con agua it'd be very slippery. You would have a hard time, trying to get out.
Yeah,
And with the
Peligroso.
yeah. So actually this kind of levee structure, they've got it vertical back there. There's a lot of water flowing out of this thing when it rains. Okay, over and out. We have David, a resident high school student. You go to which high school?
Fountain Valley.
He goes to Fountain Valley High School. He says that the Santa Ana River definitely goes all the way out to the ocean. And he was here during the high water mark when the levee, and he's trying to estimate about how high that was. Now, so you can see the person's on the bike trail up above there with their helmet on. You see that off to the right? And then, of course, there's major power lines going through here. But David's standing at about the height. Is that about, so it flooded part of the ramp going, it flooded the bicycle trail that goes down. See how that guy's gonna go down right here? He's going down. It flooded down in there, right?
Yeah.
So you could no longer use the bike trail at that point,
No.
which was a mistake in design actually right there, because that shouldn't happen. The bikers still should be able to commute to work. Okay, so then this is a massive, unbelievable amount of water. Okay, this is Morgan, and I just want to, she's waving to you. She's a very healthy person who is quite capable of swimming and surfing. And next to me, I've been also talking to, what's your name?
Scotty.
What?
Scotty.
Scotty. That's Scotty in front of his own tent. And then you can see America has a tradition of hobos and people living independently, and they don't really like to be crowded into homeless shelters with rules and regulations and religion telling them what to do, right? Okay, so it's not all just complete irresponsibility and drugs and stuff like that. A lot of times it has to do with a values set that every American can relate to. If it's a fire truck or an ambulance that's going to come along here,
Please.
okay, I have a hard time buying that. I own a big rig and a semi-truck, and I'm quite certain that it would be much slower, even if all of these people weren't here, for them to fly along this to get to a fire than to just simply take one of the boulevards that's about 100 yards from here. Driving on dirt like this in an emergency vehicle at high speed would be extremely dangerous. When it's raining, what do most people do? Because it could be really a hardship living next to the canal here, right? So what did you do?
Well, when it first started raining, we lost some things in the river.
Okay.
Because people were living down in the river.
Okay.
And so they came in, told us we had to evacuate the river, and it was
Right.
raining. So we all came up here, came different sides, and just buckled down. A lot of people's stuff got ruined. A lot of people's stuff, tents went flying everywhere.
Right. You had
damaged.
winds blowing and everything. Okay.
Yep. And so just.
At one time,
people.
people were actually pitching their tents down in the river, like it is on today. You could do that,
Yeah.
but in the wintertime, it became apparent that was going to become dangerous.
Very dangerous. And
Okay.
yep. Then when they let the floodgates open, they let them out. Within 20 minutes, it was flooded, and people's tents were going down. They didn't even give any warning, didn't let anybody know.
Really?
Yeah.
They had a way of opening and closing some kind of gate
Yeah.
so that the water just suddenly came through.
And then the rain started after that.
And then the rain started after that. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So where was that water stored that they were, do you have any idea where that was?
I'm not sure. My boyfriend knows for all that. But I believe it was part of it's North Orange County.
Okay, this
I
is
could be
not
wrong,
part of the
but-
Los Angeles River, right? This is a separate
This goes
riverway.
This goes all the way up to the river. Up to where does this go all the way up to? The Prado Dam, right?
Is that your boyfriend?
No, that's like my brother. I guess.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, a good friend. My boyfriend's sleeping in the other.
Yeah, right. Okay, so then he.
Because we work at night.
So this, yeah, you work at night. That's the other thing too, right? The homeless people hang out during the daytime, and then at night you're more active because it's safer then.
Because people aren't, frowning upon.
They're not bothering you.
Calling because we're getting a dumpster, getting their
Right.
away
Right.
clothes, or they're throwing away cans, or their
Right.
recyclables.
Exactly.
Food. So abundance of food that gets thrown
Yeah,
away.
people chase you away during the daytime thinking you're going to rob them or something like that. Right, right. In some cases you're being vagrant. They call that vagrancy, right? Not having any money and camping.
Never had any problems. And
Right.
then they're going to jail because they got 3 camping tickets, 5 camping tickets, because
Right.
they don't know where else to go. And
Right.
they don't, why should they have to if they're not harming?
Now, you're a native of this area, right? It's not like you came from New York or Florida or something and came over here to hang out. How many people here would you say are like immigrants from other parts of the United States? Not from Mexico or something like that, but just from like Ohio or Arizona or places. Would you say that that's the majority of the people, or most of the people here are natives of this area?
There's a lot. I mean, it varies. It's
You guys are both natives, right?
Native. Arizona, Texas.
Well, Arizona is pretty darn close to here. I almost consider that a native. It's a little different than if you're coming from like Wisconsin where it's
Exactly.
snowing. I was thinking maybe you had snowbirds.
Tennessee.
Do you have snowbirds that come in here and then they leave and go back? You've never seen that before as a phenomenon?
Not too much, no.
Okay.
Not too much. Once you come here, you kind of get stuck here. It's like,
Well, that's like the Hotel California thing, right? Okay, so yeah, but you guys were born and raised here, and so the idea that you would pick up your bags and go somewhere else is really hard to assume by law enforcement and so on. That's just too much to expect
it's way too much.
because you don't know
So many people.
where to go.
Exactly, and what if? Oh, so let me move my tent down this way, so I have to move it again tomorrow down this way.
Right now, yeah, when you have to move stuff, how long does it take you to get your bags up and get moving?
Me personally?
Yeah, just as a rough guess, is it so time consuming that you wouldn't want to do it every day, right?
Absolutely.
How often could you tolerate? Would it be once a season? Could you pack bags up in the wintertime and then change location for summer, or what do you?
Yeah.
Okay, so is there a liking to move around?
For me personally,
Yeah.
I like to, because you can meet different people. You get to meet different people.
Okay.
You get to, see different things. And you
Right.
Help out in different areas. Like during the summer, it's awesome to be at the beach. You can at the beach.
So you go down towards the beach in the summer, but when the fog belt
Yeah.
rolls in, you move a little bit further inland or something.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. It is beautiful weather here today.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
At the beach, freezing.
it would be freezing.
Freezing.
Right. And the winds can blow. Okay. Now he's chopping wood. Can he burn a fire here without the fire trucks coming and bothering?
Well, my boyfriend actually made a fire pit with a chimney.
With a chimney in it?
Yeah. So you can
Okay.
Either inside the tent or outside.
So you're very aware that any kind of fire could be devastating to the homeless community here. I just don't understand why you're not being provided more support and asked for some input about how to make your lives more hospitable,
I've been like, seriously,
Right.
This is my answer. I put this out in the universe. I said, okay, I need this done. This is what needs to happen. Somebody needs to get this out there.
Right.
About these people, because some of these people are amazing.